You've most probably tried a few methods of budgeting before for your personal finances and found them either too complicated or impossible to stick with. But what if I told you there's a simple, almost foolproof rule that many Germans use to manage their money, a basic budgeting trick that doesn't just help you pay the bills, but actually builds wealth that lasts for generations? It's called the 50-30-20 rule. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how it works, why it's so effective, and how you can apply it to create financial security not just for yourself, but for your children and grandchildren. Stick around because this will change how you see your money forever. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get more of our informative content. 1. What is the 50-30-20 rule? It's a brilliant framework popularized by Elizabeth Warren, the law professor and financial guru turned presidential candidate. It's simple, effective, and works for any income, anywhere. Here's how to work the magic. Take your after-tax income and split it into 3 imaginary buckets. First, 50% goes to your needs. These are your non-negotiables, the essentials that keep your life running. We're talking rent or mortgage, electricity, water, groceries, health insurance, and transportation. This is the basic foundation of your budget. Next, 30% is for your wants. This bucket is all about funding your joy and passion. Think dining out with friends, that dream vacation, your favorite hobbies, or that shiny new gadget you've been eyeing. Why does this bucket matter? Balance. You get to enjoy your money, treat yourself, and still stay on track guilt-free. And now, the most powerful bucket, 20% for savings and investments. This is what gives you the fuel to build your future. Funds in this section can be used as emergency funds for peace of mind, for debt repayment, investing in stocks, or boosting retirement accounts. This isn't just saving, it's making your money work for you, growing your wealth, and securing your dreams. Why does this simple 50-30-20 split feel like a cheat code? Well, this system is not about pinching pennies or saying no to fun. It's a balanced system that gives you clear boundaries to live well today and build a brighter tomorrow. Using after-tax income means you're working with real numbers, not a fantasy paycheck. No guessing here. Everything is for real. 2. A cultural philosophy of money. Here's something interesting about the 50-30-20 rule. While the rule itself is universal, Germans don't just follow it. They've imbued it with a unique cultural philosophy that turns it into a generational wealth-building powerhouse. This isn't just about budgeting, it's a deep-seated mindset. Think about it. When you picture Germany, what comes to mind? Precision, efficiency, maybe a strong sense of tradition. These aren't just stereotypes, they're deeply ingrained values that extend right into how Germans handle their money. Germans are known for their legendary frugal living, but their frugality isn't about being cheap. It's about being incredibly value-conscious and avoiding waste. While many cultures are quick to jump on the latest trend, Germans tend to invest in quality, durable goods designed to last. They're less prone to lifestyle inflation, that sneaky habit where your spending grows as fast as your income. You just got a raise. Great. Instead of instantly upgrading everything, a German might quietly channel a larger chunk of that extra income directly into savings or investments. The secret is being happy with what you have and letting your money work harder for you, rather than just to fund a constantly upgrading lifestyle. This mindset ensures that their wants, the 30%, are often well below the limit, naturally pushing more money into that crucial 20% savings bucket. And speaking of that 20%, this is where the magic truly happens for generational wealth. In Germany, that 20% isn't just for a rainy day or a new car. It's often viewed through a much longer lens. One of the biggest drivers of generational wealth in Germany is the prevalence of Mittelstand, comprising countless small and medium-sized family-owned businesses that form the backbone of the German economy. Many of these businesses have been passed down for generations, embodying values of long-term planning, quality, and reinvestment. When these families apply a 50-30-20 mindset, the 20% savings isn't just personal savings. It also gets reinvested back into the business. Instead of pulling out massive dividends or spending lavishly, a significant portion of earnings often goes back into R&D, new equipment, or expanding operations. This continuous reinvestment fuels growth, creates stability, and compounds wealth over decades, if not centuries. This is how entire family fortunes are quietly built and sustained, supporting future generations through continued ownership and a steady income stream. But even outside of family businesses, the typical German approach to that 20% is super effective, prioritizing things like aggressive debt repayment. Before massive spending, Germans often focus on eliminating debt. Every euro spent on interest is a euro that can't be invested for the future. They also focus on long-term, stable investments. You won't find a lot of get-rich-quick schemes here. Instead, there's a strong preference for secure, long-term investments. Think real estate, diversified stock portfolios, often through ETFs, or even gold. These aren't meant to make you rich overnight, but to steadily grow wealth year after year, providing a stable foundation for the next generation. Many Germans often build a cash cushion known as the Notgroschen. This refers to a personal emergency fund. With this financial buffer, they're less likely to go into debt for unexpected expenses, protecting their long-term wealth strategy. So, when you combine a deep-seated culture of cautious spending, a focus on reinvestment, and a preference for long-term, stable assets, the 50-30-20 rule transforms your finances. But even with such a solid framework, there are still ways people trip up. We are talking about those common pitfalls next. 3. Common mistakes that undermine the 50-30-20 rule and wealth building. The 50-30-20 rule is a pure cheat code for building wealth. But here's the catch. Many people think they're following the rule, but they're actually tripping up in ways that quietly sabotage their financial goals. Let's break down the most common mistakes that keep the 50-30-20 rule from working its magic and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, using gross income instead of net income. This one's a classic. You might be budgeting based on your gross salary, that is, the number on your paycheck before taxes and deductions. But the 50-30-20 rule only works if you use your net income, which is what actually lands in your bank account after taxes. If you don't, your percentages get thrown off, and suddenly your needs might be eating up 70% of your money instead of 50%. That means less for wants and savings, and your budget falls apart before you even start. Mistake number 2, misclassifying expenses. What counts as a need and what's a want isn't always obvious. That $200 gym membership, it's a want, not a need. Your daily coffee shop run, also a want. Needs are essentials like rent, utilities, groceries, not dining out, insurance, and basic transportation. Mislabeling wants as needs inflates your needs bucket, leaving less room for savings. Being brutally honest with yourself about what's truly essential is key here. Mistake number 3, ignoring debt management. The 20% savings category isn't just money to stash under your mattress. It's meant to enable you tackle debt aggressively, especially high-interest debt like credit cards. If you're only making minimum payments, that debt keeps growing, eating into your future wealth. Without prioritizing debt repayment, your savings won't grow, and you could be trapped in a cycle of interest payments that drain your money. Mistake number 4, lifestyle inflation. You got a raise? Awesome. But if your spending on wants balloons to match or even exceed your income increase, your savings percentage shrinks. This sneaky trap, called lifestyle inflation, means you're never really getting ahead, no matter how much you earn. The German approach of frugal living fights this by consciously keeping wants in check and funneling more into savings and investments instead. Mistake number 5, overspending on wants. You need to watch out. The 30% wants category is meant to keep life enjoyable, but it's easy to let it spiral out of control. Impulse purchases, subscriptions you forget about, or treat yourself moments can quietly eat up your budget. Without tracking and setting limits, wants can bleed into needs or savings, sabotaging your financial goals. Mistake number 6, forgetting about irregular income. If you're a freelancer, gig worker, or have fluctuating commissions, applying a fixed 50-30-20 split every month can be unrealistic. Instead, you need to average your net income over several months and budget accordingly. Otherwise, you risk overspending in good months and scrambling in lean ones. Mistake number 7, not adjusting the rule to your reality. You see, the 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, not a strict law. Life happens. Maybe you live in a high-cost city, have heavy student loans, or unexpected expenses. Sticking rigidly to these percentages without adapting can cause stress or failure. Sometimes you need to temporarily shift to 60-30-10 or 40-30-30 to prioritize debt or cover high living costs. Flexibility is part of success. Here's the bottom line. The 50-30-20 rule is a fantastic framework because it gives you direction and balance. But it only works if you use it right. That means budgeting with your take-home pay, being honest about needs versus wants, managing debt aggressively, and adjusting the rule to fit your life. Perfection is a myth. Progress is all that matters. If you're saving 5% now, aim for 10%. If you're struggling with wants, start tracking and cutting back little by little. The goal is to tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Ready to learn how to make this rule work for you in real life? Let's dive into some practical tips, but before that, if you're enjoying this video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any of our new videos. Now, back to the video. Fourth, practical tips to apply the 50-30-20 rule for generational wealth. A. Calculate your after-tax income accurately. The very first step is to know exactly how much money you have to work with each month. As we said earlier, you're working with your net income, that's after taxes, Social Security, health insurance, and pension contributions are deducted. This is your real starting point for budgeting. If you have other income sources such as side gigs, freelance work, or rental income, add those in after deducting any related expenses and taxes. This gives you a clear picture of your actual take-home pay, which is the base for dividing into 50-30-20. Track your spending religiously. You can't manage what you don't measure. Start by tracking every euro you spend for at least a month. Use a budgeting app. Many of them are available on Google Play Store or even a simple spreadsheet. Categorize your expenses into needs, wants, and savings, including debt payments. This step is crucial because many people underestimate how much they spend on wants or misclassify needs. Once you see your real spending patterns, you can adjust to fit the 50-30-20 buckets. C. Keep your needs within 50%. In most countries, housing and health insurance can be significant expenses. If your needs are eating up more than half your income, it's time to get creative by taking a few smart measures, such as consider downsizing your apartment or moving to a less expensive neighborhood. Use public transportation or bike instead of owning a car. Germans love their efficient transit systems. Shop smart for groceries. Discount supermarkets offer great quality at lower prices. Review your insurance policies annually to avoid overpaying. The goal is to keep your essentials manageable so you have room to save and enjoy life. D. Manage wants wisely within 30%. Wants are the fun stuff, such as dining out, travel, hobbies, streaming services. The trick is to enjoy these without letting them balloon out of control. Set a fun money budget each month and stick to it. Prioritize experiences over things. A weekend trip or a concert might bring more lasting joy than new gadgets. Avoid impulse buys by waiting 24 hours before purchasing non-essentials. Find out cashback or loyalty programs offered by companies in your country to get more value. Remember, keeping wants in check means more money flows to savings and investments. E. Maximize the power of the 20% savings bucket. This is the heart of generational wealth. Here's how to make every dollar count. Automate your savings. Set up standing orders from your checking account to your savings or investment accounts right after payday. Out of sight, out of mind. Build an emergency fund. Aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in a safe, accessible account. Pay down high-interest debt aggressively. Any credit card or consumer loan debt should be tackled first. Invest for the long term. Germans often favor ETFs, exchange-traded funds, for diversified, low-cost stock market exposure. Real estate is another popular, stable investment. Contribute to your retirement plan. Take full advantage of employer pension schemes and government incentives. F. Educate and involve your family. Generational wealth isn't just about money, it's about mindset. Talk openly with your partner and even your kids about budgeting, saving, and investing. Teach them the value of money and the importance of long-term planning. This creates a culture of financial responsibility that lasts beyond your lifetime. When the right money culture exists in the family, generational wealth is guaranteed. Be flexible and adjust over time. Life changes, so should your budget. Maybe you get a raise, or your rent goes up, or you decide to start a business. Revisit your budget every few months and adjust your percentages if needed. The 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, not a prison. Flexibility helps you stay on track without feeling restricted. Set clear financial goals. Having goals makes budgeting purposeful. Whether it's buying a home, funding your children's education, or retiring early in the Bavarian Alps, write down your goals and timelines. This clarity fuels motivation and helps you prioritize saving and investing. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Finally, resist the urge to upgrade your lifestyle every time your income grows. Instead, increase your savings rate. This is one of the biggest secrets Germans use to build wealth quietly and steadily. Remember, wealth is what you keep, not just what you earn. By applying these practical tips, you're not just budgeting, you're building a financial system that supports your goals and secures your family's future. Ready to take control of your money and start building wealth that lasts. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your financial future transforms. So, there you have it. The German 50-30-20 rule isn't just a budgeting hack. It's a proven blueprint for building real, lasting wealth that can support not just you, but your children and grandchildren too. Now it's your turn to take action. Start by checking your own budget. Are you spending according to the 50-30-20 split? If not, don't worry. Small changes add up fast. Track your expenses, automate your savings, and keep lifestyle inflation in check. Remember, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. When you embrace the 50-30-20 rule, you're not just surviving paycheck to paycheck. You're building a proper foundation for tomorrow, enjoying life's joys, and planting the seeds for generational wealth. It's a mindset shift that says, I've got this, I'm in control. And when you combine this with discipline, you're not just managing money, you're mastering it. Building generational wealth isn't about magic or luck. It's about discipline, smart choices, and staying consistent over time. So start where you are. Take control of your finances. And remember, every dollar you save and invest today is a seed planted for generations to come. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends because everyone deserves to know how to build financial security that lasts. If you're serious about building generational wealth, check out the other videos on this channel for more insights. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay focused, and keep building that wealth. Catch you in the next one.